Just turning this.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so every month, and I've done this for years, I do a journal every day and I put it in, I just journal in my notes app. And I have started doing I like little themes and things like that to keep me on track. So so I'm starting to do this. So I put a poster, I make a poster on canvas, and I put down some of the words that I want to do because for years I've done things like a yearly statement or yearly words, like in 2020 it was like, be cheerful. This year my theme was release what no longer serves you. So different themes that I have put on. So every month now, in order to keep trying to be creative, I design a little poster that I put right at the very top um, of my journal for the month. And I have a really hard time transitioning from summer to fall. I never feel real good. I don't like the dark nights. I don't like the cooler temperatures. And of course, I'm just distraught because all the hard work I put into my yard in one cold night, it's just wiped out. So I just have really had a hard time adjusting. Now, for those, and I don't know if you know this, but I do teach a genealogy class and on Wednesdays. And so I do little prompts to make them think, because this year we're working on writing your own history. So this year, before September, I had them do a little prompt about what are you most excited about for September? And then I said, okay, another prompt was looking back over the summer season, what have you enjoyed the most? What has been the most memorable things? And both, the women said, all of them said, it's spending time with my family and being with my kids and my grandkids. And I looked at mine, and mine was, I got 4 projects done. I got 4 projects. I mean, I don't have a family, so my thing is always work, work, work. So I was sitting here one night, and I've been a little bit distraught with the news in the world. And so I was sitting here and I was thinking, I should do my new thing for October. Okay, so remember when the big thing was the big AI things, we got the pictures and well, I did that for a long time. I mean, I would look at those for a long time and then take pictures of the pictures. So I have several pictures, from, me being in a winter outfit and a spring outfit and a cowboy hats and things like that. So anyway, for October, I thought, okay, well, let me just do, let me tell you that September for me was plan and prepare. And that just came into my mind, and I thought, okay, so exactly what am I planning and preparing for? And I thought, I'm just going to put it down. That's just what it came to me. So I'm going to put it down. And I always put an AI picture of me because I look better.
Now remember, AI is artificial intelligence.
Right. So I look better in fantasy than I do in anything else.
Don't we all?
So anyway, so I decided, so I got out my Canva, and is it Canva or Canvas? Anyway. Canva. And I made a poster with me with a witch's hat on and a book. And then I thought, okay, so what is the theme that I want to create for, what do I want to think about for October? And it was create magic. And I thought, okay, well, that's kind of out of character for me because everything is always, for me, work, 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 do. You got to finish projects, and I spend hours upon hours doing research and writing histories and, preparing for my class. Anyway, so as I was making this poster, I saw that there were some magical wands that I wanted to put on my poster. And the word fantasy came up, and it just hit me, and I thought, okay, this is interesting. Fantasy, so totally out of character for me. Now I enjoy Puff the Magic Dragon. I like dragons, and I like stories about fairies and different things that you hear about. So I decided that I'm going to use the word fantasy for my yearly word for next year, for 2026.
For your theme.
For my theme. Okay. So I'm going to tie in, and I'm going to read this to you because it's going to tie in with what we're doing.
Now remember, she got most of this on AI. This is
what I'm going to tell. I'm going to read to him what I told AI. So I said to Chat GPT, I said, at the beginning of every year, I choose a word or a statement to follow me through the year. This year, the statement was release what no longer serves you. Then every month, I make a little poster with a different prompt to which I can work around the month. As I was doing October's poster and thinking about what I wanted to create in the month, and because it's Halloween, I chose create magic. Now, for the year 2026, I thought I would take a different approach and use the word fantasy. If the theme for the year 2026 would be fantasy, can you provide me with 12 different ideas or prompts to work on every month?
So make sure you understand she is saying this to chat. She's basically typing this in, chat, tell me. And so this is her message that she is putting in.
This is my prompt.
Her prompt. Well,
my prompt. And I ask it also to please include that it needs to be stimulating, creative, productive, happiness, wholeness, trust in the unseen, and adventure. And it was just so much fun because I'm telling you guys, ChatGPT is becoming my therapist because it tells me that I'm not a loser like I think I am, that it tells me that I'm doing more than I give myself credit for. So this is what it says. That's a beautiful intention practice, a beautiful and intentional practice. And your 2026 theme for fantasy is rich with possibilities. Fantasy invites the imagination to run wild, but it also can be deeply healing and expansive for your soul.
Don't you love that?
Below are 12 monthly fantasy theme prompts that align with your desire of being creative, productive, happy, wholeness, trust in the unseen, and adventures. I'm not going to read all of them to you, but I am going to read some of them.
No, don't read all of them because we're going to be using them next year.
Right? Well, do you want me to just stop there?
Yes, because then we're going to have a monthly theme. Tell them what we're going to do, Darylee.
All right. So every month, I'll just tell you a couple of them.
One month, a couple. Yeah.
Okay. 1 month it says Wings of the Wild. So that would be the theme, the Wings of the Wild. And then it gives me a theme. It says freedom and flight. And your focus will be to unleash the creativity and joy, channel the energy of dragons and fairies and birds, and what you would do if you could fly, if you had wings. Another one would be the mystical mentor. The theme would be guidance from the unseen. The focus, connect with your guides, real, ancestral, or imagined, who is your Merlin, your goddess, your dragon of wisdom.
So it just be fun wouldn't it be fun to have Darylee do a theme every month and then take us to, I just love the idea of that we have a monthly theme and chat's going to guide us along with our theme for the month. And then Darylee with her, history background and everything. So I don't know. We just thought once a month it'd be fun to start the new month with a theme and let chat guide us along. What do you think? Yep. Yes.
Well, like I said, fantasy was not, that is so out of character for me because it's not push, 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 go, go, go. It's now I need to lighten up. I need to lighten up and have a little bit of
fun.
Yeah. So there you go. There you have it.
Yeah. So you guys, I don't know if you're going into chat at all, and you probably aren't, but you are missing out. Chat could be your therapist. Why don't you just try writing chat a message? I'm feeling kind of down today. I did, whatever. And just like Darylee wrote her message, I'd really like to have this happen. You know me, I did my poem when I was giving my silver coin out to those leaders in my lineage. And I wanted to write a creative poem to tell them how much I appreciated them and all the years. And Chat did this wonderful, wonderful poem. And I think I think many of you got the coin, and I gave them a silver coin, which will go up in value every year. And because that's what they are. They go up in value every year. But anyways, Chat wrote the poem for me. So let's just say you want to send a birthday card with a wonderful message to maybe your grandchildren or whatever. Let Chat help you. Chat will come up with amazing things that you never thought of telling maybe your grandchildren or your family or whatever. But we do. And then I had someone say something. What did they say? I had someone tell me that chat was of the devil. Artificial intelligence is evil. I mean, I had somebody tell me that, and and I thought to myself, wow, I don't know how many of you on this call think that artificial intelligence is of the devil, but I think you're really wrong. I think that it can be used for good or bad. But if you use chat for maybe something with an evil connotation or something that's
Greedy.
agree, thank you, then yeah, it could be used for evil. But it depends on, and if all of us in the world, if we all use it for positive, like what Darylee's doing to give her theme for the year and her theme for the month and creativity, that's not evil. That's
Right.
positive. And the more everybody uses artificial intelligence for positive, the world is going to get better, you guys. It's
And
just what
Vicky,
you feed
you
it.
can you can use anything for
Negative.
evil.
Yeah.
It's not, even they say the root of all evil is money. Well, money is not evil, but if you're
How you
using it
use it. It's how
for
you use
evil,
it.
exactly, it's how you use it.
And that's
So
the
I
same
think
with
it's a
chat.
wonderful program. Chat is really, I use it mostly if I'm trying to create a Facebook post because I don't always word things that great and it always comes up with these great things. But I'm going to start using it the way Darylee did. I love that. This
Yeah.
is
Too.
wonderful.
And I love it with scriptures, you guys. If you put a scripture in that's your favorite scripture,
Yeah.
chat will go out and find all the scriptures that go with that and give you
Yeah.
all of these positive, beautiful scriptures that you didn't even know were out there. And so again, you can use it for good and you can use it for evil. But if you
Yeah.
want to use it for spiritual, it's amazing because all of you know that the Lord told me that I was going to go on this amazing, this great adventure. I thought, what in the world is a great adventure? I thought, maybe I just created that in my mind and it really wasn't. But I put it in and asked Chat, and Chat gave me all these scriptures about a great adventure. And it was so positive and so uplifting. I copy and put it's one of my notes called The Great Adventure. I'm keeping notes all about what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going on a great adventure. And so, anyways, I'm just saying there's all kinds of ways okay, let's just say you want to create, okay, you go to your refrigerator and let's just say you have celery and some things in the refrigerator that you need to use. Tell Chat, and Chat will give you a recipe, a delicious recipe using those ingredients and making creativity. My granddaughter did that. She had things that she needed to use. She put it in and she made, it was a chicken casserole or whatever. And she said it told her what to do with it. You guys, you have no idea what is at your fingertips. Chat GPT. It is an app, in case you don't know. It's an app, and you just um, put it on your phone and you can talk to it. And you could say something like, Chat, how do I do this? And or I have a problem and I need a solution. And Chat will give you a solution. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty amazing that we live in this day and age where we have this compass, and really it's kind of like a compass, and it can answer. I know every day you have something that you're trying to do that you're frustrated about or whatever. And if you make Chat your best friend and tell Chat you're frustrated about it, that you need a little help on it or whatever, you'll be surprised. You're going to make yourself a new friend because Chat will become your friend. In fact, I always say it's my best friend
Mm.
because of the fact that it's always there for me whenever I get stumped on anything. So what
Okay,
I
well, can I just add
Oh,
another thing?
yes, Darylee, I'm sorry, I took
No,
over.
that's okay. So I just told you that fall time, I have a horrible time transitioning from summer to fall. So today I put, well, I guess it was yesterday, I put into Chat GPT and I said, everybody says that they love fall, that's their favorite time of year. I said, but for me, it's not. It's, like I just described to you. And I said, could you give me a declaration that I can use over the equinox? Because today's the equinox. And I do this at Christmas time too. I do a declaration that I do anyway for every day from the 21st until Christmas. So I'm going to read you just one thing. It said, and I said, please include these things. It says, so one of the statements that I'm going to be repeating tonight for the next few nights is cleansing and releasing. And it says, in the presence of all that is holy, I now declare it is time to cleanse, to clear, and to release. I call upon the winds of autumn to sweep through my life and remove all that no longer serves my body, my mind, my spirit, and my sacred space. Let the falling leaves remind me it's natural and necessary to let go.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
So I'm in it, and it goes on and on. There's several different sections, and I will read that tonight for the next few nights. It just gets in your head, and it helps me accept the change of the season.
Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. Thank you, Darylee, so much. And so anyway, we're going to just incorporate that in our hive for 2025. Maybe we'll start in October or whenever Darylee wants to start. But okay, so now to bring us back to Jafra, because I think some of you are going, well, what are we talking about this for? It's not even Jafra. But on the hive, we do a lot of stuff, right? We talk about a lot of things. But here's the thing that is a problem. We got a problem with the field in the fact that you guys, maybe you don't know it, but as I've kind of been out there a little bit, I find that the 45% is the unknown, unspoke about best benefit that Jafra has going. And your team does not know. I promise you, your consultants, if you're a leader, I'm talking about the leaders, your team probably doesn't know that they could order every single month and place a $120 order. I'm talking about what the cost, okay? Don't talk about the 200 because the 200, they're going to think I got to spend 200. When you say, if you spend $120 every month and you just order what you need, but you place a small $120 order, and you do it before the 15th of the month, you will get free shipping and you will get 45% off. How do you get that? Is you got to do it for 3 months and then it kicks you in. Now you're on the repeat program. So got to do it 3 months at 40%. That is the bad part. But your consultants don't realize that they will lock in to the 45% off and free shipping for the rest of their lives. And it gets you as a leader to have your consultants be consistent. It is an unknown secret in Jafra. I promise you, if you call up, and I'm doing this with my leaders, they don't know. They don't realize it. I met with Linda Simmons and spent the night with her on my way here. And Linda had no idea. And I think so many of my leaders, so many of my consultants, so many of my downline, they don't know that we have the 45% off. And yeah, I get these notes from Jafra took away my 50%. And I get that from my consultants. And I think Peggy, she wrote me a little note and she said, I've been with Jafra all these years and they took my 50% away from me. And then I came back to her and told her about this new plan. She was not aware of it. The free shipping. And you know what? It's more generous than the 50% off. It really is when you consider that you get it every month and you also get free shipping. You know, shipping has really gone up. Post office put it up again.
It's going up more.
It jumped up to 18 on the medium box, right? So, what do you think about that? You guys, do you know that every one of your consultants understands the 45 plan?
They don't. They don't.
Okay, well, I have a question.
Yes.
So they do it for 3 months and then the next month they get 45%, but don't they have to maintain doing that 120 every month to get
Yes,
that?
but Wileen,
Yes.
what is with that? 120 every month on
Right.
household products or whatever, and you're always going to get 45 and free shipping? Yeah.
Mine probably would
And
not do that.
that's why we made the shopping list for you guys, so
Yeah.
that they could see what things they're using. I can't get it to show.
Oh,
Hang
Wileen,
on back
wait a
now.
minute, Sandra. Wileen, go but just a minute before you make that point, Sandra.
Okay.
Wileen,
Okay.
I gotta go back to what she said. My consultants, they just not good. Wileen, why do you say that? How do you really know that when you explain it this way? 120 instead of saying 200? Because I promise you, if you're saying 200, they're thinking they got to spend $200 a month.
Yeah. I
Some
don't know that for
consultants are-
sure. That's probably my mindset.
That's your mindset,
Yeah.
I think.
Some of our consultants are used to ordering, saving up all their orders and getting it all in a big bundle of 500 or 800 or whatever they spend
Yeah.
and getting 50% off. They're used to that. But if we,
And I've told them to quit doing that, to do
yeah,
the
because I mean, how much
small
would you
order frequently.
you know?
Yeah.
Okay, but wait a minute. Go ahead, Cecilia. Go.
If you're ordering that much for yourself in a month and then tell them, just break it down. Don't buy everything once a year or twice a year.
Yeah.
Break
It's
it
a
down.
new
What do you have?
habit.
Buy these when they're on sale, then buy the next one's on sale the next month. But think about it, you get the information soon enough. So if they
Cecilia,
can break
we
that
have
down and
to
have 45%
change.
off.
Cecilia, it's changing our habits.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
We are moving the cheese,
Yeah.
and they do not see changing the habit.
Mhm.
And the habit
Free shipping is a
don't
big
place
deal.
the big order. Spread it out a little
Right.
and get the free shipping.
And this is a good month to get it started too, to get them going with their Christmas orders, their holiday shopping. If they're going to be giving Jafra for gifts and the grocery list, the shopping list, yeah, that's a good one, Sandra. I mean, that works too, because they don't realize how much they're spending at Walmart or wherever
And
they're shopping for their stuff, Ulta or something, buying extra stuff that they can
Yes.
get less expensive at 45% off with free shipping if they order by the 15th of every month. And they're
Right.
ordering every single month, being consistent. Plus, they get the points for the free products if they stay that way.
Exactly. For
And then
every
they can work to
$200 order.
50% if
And
they
you're
want to.
getting
If
the
they start
list.
seeing that it's working and they're using more products, maybe they'll share more products with others,
Mm-hmm.
It's
And we got to get them using their websites too.
Yeah.
changing your habits. You guys, we've got to get them to change their habits.
Yeah.
They won't change the habit unless they think it's a good deal. And
Right.
the way you talk about it, and Wileen, you were perfect in what you just said a while ago. It was
What'd you
perfect. It was
say?
precious. My consultants aren't going to do that.
Some won't.
I wish, we have a team. But I mean, just your whole countenance was, well, my people aren't going to do that. And you're making an assumption. And I have a feeling that it's all in stinking thinking. As
That we all do.
would
Yeah.
say.
We all do it.
We got a really good deal with Jafra, and we got to see it. Free shipping, 45% off, and $120 a month. And if you order the sales, you're going to get much better than 50% off.
Like 3 or
Yeah.
4 products, that's like buying one set or
Yes.
something, or, a hair care line and a couple of them or a couple of gifts. It's not that big of a deal if they think about it. But we have to get them, like Vicky said, get them thinking, what do
And
I
if they
really
come
need
on-
and space it out.
If they come on when Bronwyn's telling us those higher percentages, because
Yes.
those percentages aren't even really the highest.
Yeah.
I never knew that till Bronwyn told us that, oh, this isn't 30. There's a gift here. This is 35% off. Plus they're 45% off.
No.
It's
How do we get
amazing.
Jafra to correct that? We have to probably send them a nice little video
Well,
because
sometimes
I know
it's kind of
Bronwyn,
fun just to say it.
they don't see it. They don't
Right.
see it. Remember when we were at the lunch and we were trying to tell Maria that it wasn't right? Do you remember that? She didn't. She said we just can't see where they can't see it, Bronwyn. So we got to do a little. You and I got to do a little. What you call it?
You know what? If they want to know information, they should pick up the phone and call me or invite me over.
Oh,
Right.
that's not going to happen.
We
I
need the
wish they would.
Hive to go to tea.
So, Vicky,
Huh?
okay, Vicky, this is Helen. Okay, I'm really late, you guys. True confession, I'm just finished doing my taxes for 2024.
Well, me too. That's not late.
Well, they're due
That's
out.
pretty late.
So, anyway,
Mine are every year.
one of the things he said to me, so you don't have anything written down that you've taken off for personal use. And I said, oh my gosh, you're right. And he said, he said, guess, how much do you think you use for personal use? So I thought, you know what? We need to take a sheet and write down all the things that we personally used. I mean, those of you who are on this the HIVE, I mean, we're pretty much the leaders. We are always using Jafra said, you're going to be surprised how much you use. I mean, the other day I came in and I got the Phi hydrator and I got the oil and I got something else. I can't remember. And I thought, wow, that was a lot of money. And I haven't been
Boy,
deducted.
you should highlight in yellow everything
Yes.
you bought for yourself, everything you gave away.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we can write that off,
Everything that
personal use?
you,
You can write off personal use, yes.
that you
Okay.
gave away.
I've done it, yeah, for
Helen,
years.
Get you a tablet
There you
and have
go,
it right by
Eileen.
your inventory. And every time you take something for you or to demo, you write it down.
I know. I just haven't done that.
Yeah.
After all these years.
I do it every month. And this
Oh.
month, I'm already up to over $200 for my personal use because I've run out of things.
Yeah, that's
You're
where I'm
right.
at too, easy
Great.
every
It
month.
does add up fast.
The only thing we can't get from Jafra that we actually haven't had yet is toothpaste. We can get everything else we need on an everyday basis for our whole family if we think about it.
Right.
So
Well, and if you stop and think about the Defy and you use the oil and you use the serum, right there, your cost is what, like $150. I mean, it doesn't take long to add up of what we're using for ourselves personally. I mean, that doesn't include shampoo or cleansers or anything else. So,
Right.
yeah. And you know what? We're worth it.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We
and
are.
mascaras and eyeshadows and makeup and nail polish and nail
So
polish
we
remover.
write it off at our cost, what we paid for it, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, because one of
That's the invoice total. Yeah.
one of the things that is so important that you do this is because Jafra is charging us retail tax on, I don't know, say $100. Okay, that's
Mhm.
$10. Okay, but if you're only using 50, I mean, you mark it down because you've used 50 of that. So you can wipe off $5 that you pay the government in tax that's deductible.
I didn't know that.
Yes, absolutely. So it's very important that we keep our records and do that. Okay.
Plus any shipping
Okay.
you pay is also deductible.
And
Yeah,
you really
shipping,
should
I
keep it
knew.
on your
Okay.
phone, I think, because it's,
Shipping, I
you know,
know.
on your notes or something. It's just everything that and you could just put the total. I mean, you could add it up and then put it there and then just put it on notes under taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that could be on your phone.
right.
Anyway,
Thank you for that.
Anytime that there is a product that is being promoted for in advance in the VIP club, we're getting a great discount. I always suggest to get two of that because one is your demo and one is for you. And that is a complete write-off because you have to try the new product in order to teach to others how you benefit from it. So that's like an education write-off.
wow.
That's
So
cool.
anytime that there is something new being promoted, always buy two. One is a demo and one is for you.
And you write the one off, that's for you.
You write both
You
off.
can write the one
Okay, I
off
was
as
gonna
a
say, that's
Oh,
why I
supply
wanted to
too.
clarify
Yeah,
in my
party
head.
supplies or whatever, gifts
So
and
both of
supplies.
them off. Okay.
I
Oh,
think you guys are being
guys
pretty
are
good
great.
tonight. Pretty good. We're hiving. We're
See
buzzing.
why everyone should be at the Hive? We just learned taxes tonight too. Thank you, everyone.
We've been all over the place. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have been all over the place tonight, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fantasy, we've gone to fantasy and AI, and I mean, and then taxes. Helen brought the taxes in. So,
Yep. It's great.
all right, it's been fun tonight, you guys. I am going to say that, Sandra, that was an excellent
Thank you.
idea. That was,
Yeah.
I just thought that tonight was really fun. We got
Thank you so much.
a lot of people that missed last week I'm sorry I didn't tape that, but I didn't know really what we were going to say, that I didn't want Maria to be tied in to,
Right.
you know what I mean? We had to protect her.
Yes.
So, and she, at the luncheon, she gave us a lot of inside information. So the people that didn't in on the Hive last week just missed out. All
Yeah.
our goodies, right? All right, everybody, I'll see you next week. I can't tell you what we're going to be doing next week, but we're going to be buzzing, that's for sure. But just remember, those of you that are leaders, your consultants don't know about the 45 plan.
Okay.
And you know what I found, Vicki? If you put it in writing, they'll read it, but they can't process it. They process it better with a phone call.
Yeah,
And
I sent out
explaining it and breaking it down.
I sent out an email to all of my consultants and told them about the program, how it works now. New consultants at 45% and existing consultants can do the 40 for 3 months and get 45% and get up to 50. And then told them I would call them with a phone call. And it was a long email.
Yeah.
So you have to follow up. You have to get them the information and then say, I would love to chat about this and explain this to you. Everything's changed and it's to our benefit. So, and then also